The following exercises are examples of a dynamic warm-up before your golf game. First one, we're going to do our arm circles. You're going to put your arms out to the side and swing them forward, gently warming up the shoulders, rotator cuff muscles, slow and controlled movements. After a few rotations, about 10, you can stop and do 10 backwards as well. Slow and controlled, just getting those shoulders warmed up. All right, next is going to be leg swings. So you're gonna grab a golf club or something for stability, hold it on one side, and on the opposite side, you're gonna take that leg and swing it across, side to side. Again, about 10 times each leg. And then you would switch sides and do 10 on the other leg. Just trying to clear the floor. Same thing like the shoulders, warming up those legs. Next, we're going to do the single leg stance. So holding the golf club, just for balance, you should hold it off the ground. It's not meant to put weight onto. And you're just gonna shift your weight to one foot, bend the other foot off the ground, just working on your balance. It's very important during the golf game. Hold for anywhere from 20 to 40 seconds and switch sides. This only needs to be done once on each side. Try not relying heavily on the club. While you have that golf club, the next one is going to be Stork Twists, which are lower body rotations. So you're gonna place the club straight out in front of you, pretty extended position, put both hands on top of it, press gently into the ground so that your core is activated. Lift one leg up, put your foot behind your knee so it's hooked behind there, and you're gonna try to just rotate your lower body side to side. Idea is to keep your upper body still while rotating your lower body beneath it. Again, about 10 times, and then repeat on the opposite side. All right, we set the golf club aside. Next one, we're going to get into golf posture. You can face me. Arms crossed across your chest. Now, opposite of the Stork Twist, you want your lower body to stay still and your upper body to rotate. So you're gonna rotate to each side, trying to keep your lower body as still as possible, working on warming up your lower back and mid back. Repeat 10 times, nice and slow. So while maintaining this golf posture, you're gonna do pelvic tilts. So you get in the golf posture. What you wanna do is you want to tilt your pelvis forward and then tilt it backwards. Now it can be confusing, so imagine your pelvis is a glass of water. An anterior tilt is you're trying to spill that water out to the floor in front of you, and a posterior tilt is you're trying to spill that out. So hollowing and rounding your lower back. Repeat 5 times in each direction. The next ones are going to be on the ground. So you're going to get on the ground and laying on your belly. This is a prone press up. The goal of this is to press your body up, get some extension into your lower back. Some people may not be able to go as high. We want to keep our hips on the ground. We should not feel our hips coming off the ground. You can do this holding for 20 to 30 seconds, or you can do it as a repetitive exercise, repeating for 5 to 10 repetitions. This encourages extension in our mid back and our lower back. From here, you're going to go into a plank position. This is to warm up our core, work on our stability muscles. And you can hold anywhere from 20 seconds to a minute. There's no need to go any further than that. If this one's too difficult, you can always go to your knees and do it from there. Next, we're going to get into a kneeling position. And you're going to sit back onto your heels. And we're going to do thoracic rotation. So first we're going to reach underneath with your right hand towards your left knee and back a little bit. Trying to keep that lower body still as you reach across, and then you repeat the same thing on the opposite side. 5 to 10 times on each side just to warm up that mid-back. From here, you're going to get into a kneeling position. This is going to be a bird dog exercise. So for this one, we're going to reach our opposite arm and leg forward. Just edit that. Down, back to neutral. Slow and controlled, making sure not to twist or rotate too much. For this next one, you're going to be on your side. Knees bent, each knee on top of one another, each ankle on top of one another. And then you're going to, while keeping your ankles together, you're going to lift your top knee towards the ceiling, much like you're opening a clam, so a clam shell. Repeat 5 to 10 times on this side, and then flip sides and do the opposite side as well. Good. This next set, we're going to be laying on our back. Arms up. Similar to that rotation exercise we did for the mid-back. We're going to reach up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to rotate to each side, trying to keep your lower body and hips on the floor. Just trying to reach across, stretch that upper back. Just do each side 5 to 10 times. Similar to this, but for the lower body, you're going to rest your arms on your stomach or at your sides, knees and feet together. While keeping your upper body on the ground, you're going to twist your lower body side to side, often called a windshield wiper exercise. Get your hips and lower back warmed up. Again, 5 to 10 each side. From here, you're going to widen your stance a little bit. Get your feet closer towards your butt. And you're going to go ahead and do a glute bridge. So you're driving your heels into the ground, squeezing your glutes together and pushing up towards the ceiling. Again, 5 to 10 times, warming up that posterior chain, your glutes and your hamstrings. Now that we're all warmed up, the last thing is to try to increase some power and explosiveness. So you're going to stand up and you're going to perform air squats. So you can start by just performing a few squats in general, just to get the legs warm. After a few, you want to try to encourage explosiveness. So you're going to go down and really propel up. Much like the best drivers in the world, they push through their legs and create that power through their legs. Once you're done with that, you're going to repeat the same thing, but on one leg. Much like if you were a basketball player trying to push up and explode. Little jumps, doesn't have to be high. They should be very quick. Use your arms to swing, explode yourself up towards the ceiling. You'll do that on each side. And that is your dynamic golf warm-up.